We're back on this today. This 5-minute job that has so far taken 3 days. I was really stubborn. I didn't want to take this hanging rail down because I'm lazy. That's the only reason. But I've relented. To be able to get a flat finish, I am going to have to take this down. So that was just what I was doing before I pressed play. But let's see if I can just screw this one piece off. And then I don't have to take the other side down because I'm lazy. It has actually dried really well, and I think I'm going to get some more polyfiller and I'm going to just go over what's there already. Oh, interesting to discover that I don't actually have any roll plugs in these two. What gets hung on here isn't actually that heavy, so I guess that's why this is not fallen down in the same way this big one has. See, that's why I had to take it down. It just wasn't working. That needs to be flush. As you can see, this is yesterday how I managed to find the holes. I was just poking it with this stick. This will be underneath the rail anyway, but I'll sand this down so that it's not got all of these little mini mountains. But that's how it's come out. As you can see, you can still see the edges of the paper. So I just need to put a thicker layer on there. Let's see how that goes. My local hardware stores don't have much in the way of variety, but thankfully they did have some filler, so I picked this up. As well as a sneaky bag of soil. I've just realised why I didn't put plasterboard plugs into these other two holes. Are actually directly in front of the batten, so I've just screwed directly into those, and that's why this one has actually been more secure. So I was going to replace those two, I was going to put some plasterboard screws in there, but I don't need to, so I'm going to leave that. I told you recently that I had bought this fancy mirror for my phone. This allows me to attach it to my phone so that I can see the screen and I can film myself with this camera. This camera has better quality, but it's really hard to talk to this camera when you can't see your face. You don't know if you're in shot. Maybe the camera's turned off. It's a little bit tricky. So I've picked this up and this is how it looks. So I'm looking into the camera now, but I'm also looking at the mirror behind and I can see my face. I can make sure I'm still in shot. It's still filming and all that jazz. The only issue I have, it didn't come with anything to attach it to the phone. I didn't realise it was just an accessory from a larger piece. And the device that it's supposed to connect to is really, really expensive. So what I'm going to do is a bit of a DIY bodge job. I have one of these spare holders that I can connect to my phone, but it doesn't have the right attachments. As you can see, it's got this this thread in here, but the mirror itself also has a thread, so I can't connect these two together. That's basically how it should connect. So instead, I'm going to find a screw that is that width. I'm going to saw it in half with my angle grinder, and I'm going to screw it into either side just so that I can... I'm going to bodge job this. Right, we're on the hunt for a screw. Let's see if I can find, in my absolutely chaotic basement workshop, if we can find a screw that's the right size. Let's see what's in this one. Oh, that kind of looks promising. They might be a little bit too thick. Okay, well, I've already found one that fits. I'm not going to leave this on the floor. I'm going to put it away and be disciplined, which is unusual for me. Now I have to find my angle grinder. I'm going to grab one of these because this I will definitely need. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Hello. Just going to pop you here whilst I get my stuff set up. I'm going to see if I can clamp it to the table to make it safer to saw off. I say make it safer. I'm obviously not going to use the angle grinder with my fingers that close to it. I'd either use it safely or not at all. Now that it's safely secured onto this table, I'm just going to saw into this gap to take the top off of the screw. All of my batteries are all upstairs. I feel like I spend most of my time walking up these 2 flights of stairs. You'll do. Just straightened this up so that I can come on at the correct angle. Gonna get myself some gloves. I'm gonna put on some eye protection because this is a scary tool, and then I'm gonna chop that off. There you go, that looks promising. Probably still a bit warm. Let's see if the thread now works. Oh my goodness. So because the metal gets superheated when you're cutting through it, it actually melted my clamp. Whoops. Oh, it's really hot. It's literally like a hot potato. Ow! Just realised I've left the mirror and the other part downstairs, so down 2 flights of stairs again. Yoink, yoink. I also just dropped this on the floor and it almost smashed. That's not a great start. This isn't even what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm supposed to be doing this hanging rail. I thought you could enjoy seeing with me if this works. Let's try this end. I'm trying the cut end first because that's the one that could have problems. When you cut something off that's got a thread like this, it can really disrupt it. Oh, well, it does go in. Okay. All that melted plastic. Oh, so this one goes this way, I think. So this side should just go in because this is the non-cut side. Did I just make something? I've just made something. I'm so smart. That's so satisfying when you solve something. This little device would have cost me £15. That's how much it was on sale for, to make this compatible with the phone. Let me try it on the phone now and see how well it works. Okay, I've managed to solve it. I was just able to press play from the incorrect side of the screen, so this is working really well. I can see where the camera is and where I need to talk to. I can also see myself behind, like just there, so I can see if I'm too far off screen or if I need to be a little bit more central. This is so much better as well because not only can I make sure that I'm sat in the right part of the camera, I can also I can zoom in. I can zoom in on something that's really important, or I can take something and I can show you, and I can wait until the camera focus corrects itself. So yeah, feeling pleased about this purchase. To be able to do this standing, I've actually brought in my vacuum that's specially designed to attach to the end of my sander. This just means that I'm going to be reducing the kind of the amount of dust that's in this room. This is also my bedroom, so this environment is important to me. If it's super dusty, it will affect my sleep. Stop! Behave yourself! So here you go, this is my current sander. I'm going to pop that end off. That little bag is where it usually goes, the sawdust and whatnot. And I'm going to attach it to here. There we go. The reason I pop this on the top of the step ladder is because the cable, this is not a cable, the pipe is quite short, so it needs to be quite high up so that I'm not dragging it off the ground. I'm going to add a battery and then I'll be ready to go. The polyfiller is quite fine, it comes off very easily. Probably 600. Literally 30 seconds. There's a problem. I decided to go for 100 grit instead because the 600 wasn't really doing much. Ready. I'm really worried about losing these holes, and so I'm going to do something that I think is a little bit genius. I'm going to draw the lines where they are currently now, so after I've gone over it I should be able to triangulate them again. What better place to do this than directly on my bed sheets? So this is the one that I'm going to use. I'm going to get as much out as I can. Oh god. Okay, let's start with that. Whoa. I don't want to jinx it, but it looks really good. The patching on the wall went really well, but I did get left over with loads of product. I put way too much on. So I've just come downstairs and I'm filling in these gaps. This is just an ornate edging piece that I bought from, oh, I think it was TK Maxx or something. And it obviously looks a little bit out of place at the moment, but eventually I will paint that to make this hallway just look a little bit more in keeping with the original features of the cottage. But it had these huge gaps. I'm a big fan of using these blades for jobs like this. You can just score along the area, and then you can use these blades for so many things. They actually can come with a little holder, so you don't have to hold it with your hands, but I don't have one of those at the moment. Just trying to get most of the glue off, so when I come to do a light sand and repaint, it won't be visible at all. I've got this jar of leftover paint, but I don't know if it's the same shade as what I have here on the wall, because this colour in here I mixed myself based on lots of paints that I have left, so it's a bit of a mystery. I'm going to paint this. I don't know if it will blend in. It doesn't matter too much because I'm going to have to repaint this room anyway, now that I have redone the boxing in around the wood burner flue. So let's add it on and see if it blends in or not. And to mark where my holes are, that one, and then that one. It's definitely a different shade. It was, however, the correct shade for my hallway, so I painted over this whilst I had it out. Today is Monday. All of that you've seen before now is actually from Sunday, trying to get ahead of the game. This is where I've got to. I wanted to give this a chance to dry so that today, Monday, when I'm publishing this vlog, it will hopefully be finished. It's dried really well. It's definitely not the right colour. It's a couple of shades off, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to stick it up because I'm not ready to paint this room. I don't think I've got time to do it this week. So I'm going to try and put the rail back up. This is the moment of truth to see if this works. Keep your fingers crossed for me. I don't want to put the rail up because what if it doesn't fit? At the moment, the cat is neither dead or alive. Until I put this up, I won't know whether it fits or not. So I'm just sat here enjoying the not knowing. Is it this way? No. Is it this way? Also no. What the heck? The cat is alive. The cat is alive. I did it. This is now secure. I'm going to start putting my clothes on here. It feels so good when you have finished doing something, when you had so many different problems along the way, and now I'm feeling amazing. I wish I could like box up that feeling for you and send it to you in the post, because it's epic. So you might be asking yourself, why have I shown you all of the terribly boring parts of this project? For a very specific reason. All the time people comment on my videos, you make it look so easy. It's not. If I made a video of this and put it into 30 seconds, you might think that I had no problems whatsoever. And I'm showing you this so that you know that I did. I had loads of different things that I had to overcome, that I had to work out, things I tried that didn't work. And here we are. It's now finished, but it was an absolute pain.